find that Marius is, I think everyone knows is exceptionally talented, but I think that the amount of effort and work and creativity he puts into a collection is kind of far beyond a lot of people.
I'd heard a lot of buzz about him.
People really believed in him from the beginning.
Every season he moves on and develops that. He's got a very, very, I think, intellectual approach to what he designs, but it still comes back to making a girl look edgy and very, very beautiful.
It's always quite sexy and quite strong with Marius.
The attenuated line was very new and fresh.
I don't design clothes just because the sake of fashion.
He's very entrenched in his work. If you see him after a show, he's like half his weight. He's like really, he's put all his mind, his heart into it.
The direction is kind of sort of like continuation from last season. It's more like, it's kind of like doing the opposite. Like I'm looking into the silhouette rather, the inside of the body, which keeps me always interested.
I love the way that he'd used the fabric, the give of the fabric, to allow the models the freedom to sort of walk without being too hobbled by this very sort of strict attention to a very slim line.
I just wanted to kind of like bring a different element from last season, but kind of sort of like continue with my ideals and my aesthetics.
I mean, I love the elegance of it, in fact. It was very fashion forward and avant-garde, but also elegant at the same time.
When it comes to the business, he's savvy enough to know what he needs to do, but his heart and soul's in the collection.
We have to kind of like be as competitive with the big houses, and we need to sell, like we need to gradually expand our businesses in order to survive.
Schwab is selling to many markets. You go to Paris and you see his dresses in Maria Louisa. You go to New York, you see his clothes in Barney's. They're in Harvey Nichols. They're on the designer floors. As equals amongst the great brands of the world. So he's managing to create clothes which are up there with the quality that a proper fashion consumer expects. That's incredibly impressive from somebody who's only just 30. There is a fine line between fashionability and wearability, and I think that the British designers are walking that line now.
I come here looking for, inspirational stuff, like early, when I used to come to Alexander McQueen shows here, or reaching far back as John Galliano.
The spirit of London is very, very sensible now, and it's very, very focused, and yet they're doing something incredibly individual.